Howdy everyone. So here is the stainless steel tubing for the oil door latch. And this is what I was talking about in the other video. This is just a piece of stainless steel tubing. It's 32 thousandths of an inch thick. The wall thickness is 32 thousandths of an inch. And I will, let me pull this apart and I'll show you what I was talking about with the actual tube itself. Let me get this out of here. Now, let me slide this pin out. All right, sorry about the camera. So here is the tube. Let me get a nicer background, potentially. And here is the end that I was talking about. So you can see, hopefully, there's the bottom that has been cut. You can kind of see that maybe this way better. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's better up here, don't know. But you can see how that bottom has been cut. And hopefully you can see how the tip is bent. So the tubing comes across and then it gets bent down. So what that does, it creates a small opening for the pin itself to pass through. So this opening here, it's smaller, and that curve kind of helps guide the pin down. This is the area that I had talked about. This is fiberglass here. This is a thicker honeycomb area, and the hinge you can see is mounted down on the fiberglass, and this area here sticks up because it's thicker. So the hinge pin couldn't just slide in, it would actually ride up over the hinge. So I had cut this trough. These are my two black, these are black marker marks, so I can get the tubing realigned now that I've removed the tape. But I've cut this trough in the honeycomb, and now the hinge pin, if you can imagine, the hinge pin now rides inside of that, and then it will go and it will find its way into the hinge itself, just like this. And then that half-cut piece of tubing here, of course I don't have it slid onto the pin, but that helps guide the pin. It keeps it down in that trough, and it will help guide it right into the hinge. So now that I've fitted this cowling on a couple of times now. Let me get this pin out of here. Again, sorry for the camera work. I've had the cowling on a couple of times with the tubing taped. It seems to work pretty well, actually. Better than I had expected. Especially because you have to bring it out and you have to clear this inlet ramp. So it's got to be bent up to clear the ramp, and it also has to be brought in to bring it past the baffles to where you can actually grab it. And I thought that would put a lot of stress on it and it would be hard to slide, but it works out really well. So like I said, I've got some alignment marks here, and I've got some alignment marks here for the tube. So now I'm going to mix up some fuel tank sealant, and I'm just going to drop this tube in and align it with my marks, and let that dry. And at that point, I believe this latching mechanism for the oil door will be complete. So now that I've got the baffles kind of behind me a little bit, I'm able to do some other things, which I think is great because I was so sick of working on baffles. So I'll be glad when the cowlings are done and I can tie up some other loose ends. So fuel tank sealant for the tubing, and then I have to figure out what to do next. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.